You guys want to talk movies at all here? I mean, we don't have enough time.
We do.
I feel like. No, I feel like...
Turns out we do.
I feel like we have to get to a commercial break from the rules that you set up for me before I hosted this show.
If you could just set a backdrop up, can you tell us where you're from and your age and generally where you grew up?
I am from Michigan. I am 41 years old. And I'm today hosting the Dan Patrick Show.
And when you grew up, you had a television in the house. And
we had a TV.
And you went to movies like any other family.
Every once in a while, yes.
Okay. You sent us a note the other day. We were discussing movies, and you said you had not seen this movie. Do I have your permission to give it out?
You do.
You've never seen the movie Goodfellas. How does that happen to an American?
The man who does this show every day has not seen that movie either. I feel like I'm in good company.
I think he made good on it and finally saw it, but
he did.
You got a good point.
Oh, okay.
I think Dan is famous for watching pieces of movies, so I think he actually probably watched some of Goodfellas. I don't know that he's finished it. That's usually the way he goes. Oh yeah, I watched half of Goodfellas the other night, something like that. I watched half of Mrs. Doubtfire. No kidding. All right.
So there were two that I had not seen for a long time: Godfather and Caddyshack. I had not seen either of them for a long time, and so I went back. Last year I watched Godfather for the first time. 2 years ago I watched Caddyshack for the first time, and Caddyshack, Seton, unfortunately for me, watching it in 2019. It did not stand the test of time. I think that's a movie, as great as it is, needed to be seen when it was made.
Well, I would comment on that, on if Caddyshack stands the test of time, but I've never seen Caddyshack all the way through. I've seen pieces of it. I've never actually sat down, like hit start, and then saw the credits at the end.
You know, if we didn't have 45 minutes to go, I'd ask you guys to leave the building.
Welcome to my world. This is my world. This is my world. It's like I haven't seen Caddyshack. What? How have you not seen Caddyshack? That's my life.
Right. I've never seen Slapshot either, which
I haven't seen that one either. See, I am in good company here. Here I thought I was going to be an outlier. Fritzy?
Caddyshack, Godfather, Reservoir Dogs, all movies I did not see start to finish. I saw bits and pieces of it, and whatever I was watching, it either ended or I didn't stick with it because I didn't see it from the beginning.
Wait, have you seen? Maybe you said. Have you seen Animal House?
I have not seen Animal House.
Oh God.
Okay, can you name a movie you have seen?
Yeah, have you seen any movies?
Yeah, there are a lot of good ones.
What's the last one you've seen?
Last one I saw, again, was a movie I'd seen before, which is a really good movie that doesn't get talked about enough. Sister Act is a great movie. Whoopi Goldberg, awesome movie. Go watch
Lauryn
it
Hill?
again.
Is that the one with Lauryn Hill?
One and two.
Yeah.
When you and your high school buddies grew up, what movies did you see and quote and joke
We
around
didn't
about?
do that. I'll be honest with you. People ask me this. They go, okay, if you didn't watch movies and you don't really get into that many like Netflix TV shows, they go, what do you do? And I tell them, I go, I don't know. I'll be quite honest with you.
You don't know what you've done.
I don't know what I do.
Are you a big reader?
I must be scrolling Twitter all the time.
But Twitter's, it's only been around since like 2010.
Exactly. What did I do before then? I played video games, Nintendo. I mean, RBI Baseball. I could beat all of y'all at RBI Baseball. I challenge you. Tecmo Super Bowl. I haven't played in a long time, though. You might be able to beat me. McLovin?
I mean, at some point, the nuns didn't notice something was different about Whoopi Goldberg and Sister Act. That's your movie? That can't possibly age
my
well
my favorite movie, number one all time.
Devil Wears Prada?
No, never saw that.
Man.
Groundhog's Day.
All right, see, you're recovering.
That's my favorite movie of all time.
That's a nice recovery by you.
That's one of the, that's a top 10 comedy of all time, probably.
Yeah, it's in the canon.
Yeah.
Okay, since you're 41, how about like Wedding Crashers, Old School? Is that your wheelhouse more so?
Wedding Crashers, I did see.
Okay.
Old School, no. And you know what? I don't know what it is. Here, it's like I have a hard time committing to a whole hour and a half. Like Fritzy says, like he doesn't got to the end of some of these movies. It's like, do I really want to commit the next hour and a half doing this one thing?
Fritzy's the least busy person I've ever met in my life. Besides booking guests for the Dan Patrick Show, he does nothing else.
It's very funny when you say, I don't know what I do, because I could totally relate to that when I'm not like having pizza or whatever, or napping or something like that. I don't know exactly what I do. I'll go for a walk and stuff. I'll hang out with the family, but I'm not binging Netflix and watching all these movies either.
Me either.
So, but the time somehow goes by, and then it's the next day and the next week and the next month, and I don't know exactly what I did other than my work responsibilities and spending time being a father and a husband.
And they go, yeah, did you watch the game last night? I go, I didn't even do that. No, I didn't. I have no, like if there's a crime I have no alibi. Like, I'll be like, I may have done it because I have no recollection of what I've done over the last 10 years. And it's not just movies for me. It's like we never had HBO growing up. So I never watched The Sopranos. I missed all that stuff.
So if I could just switch this up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Since if I was to ask you what you did last night, you'd be like, I don't know, no idea. Do you have any plans today? Like, what are you, when you're
after
done with
this.
this? What are your plans for the rest of the day?
I will go home. That's my plan. I will go home.
Well, that's the driving part.
My kids will get home from school around 3 o'clock.
How old are your kids?
6 and 5. I'll scroll Twitter for a while to see what's going on, right? I may go over to TikTok. I signed up for that about 6 months ago. Highly entertaining. Highly entertaining. It'll be dinner time. I'll eat.
Will you cook?
I will cook.
You will.
I will cook.
Okay.
I'm the cook in the family.
But what you see, like that's a thing that's going to take up some time.
Yes.
Right.
So that's where all my time is going.
I think
like
your
these
time
little
is
mundane things that like don't stand out. And when I die, I'll go, what did I waste my life doing? And I was like, oh, scrolling Twitter and cooking. That was it.
We still got to do a deep dive on what you did from 1990 to 2010 because those 2 decades are unaccounted for.
I have a terrible memory too. This is not good. This is not good. We're getting too deep here. This is becoming like a therapy session, and I'm questioning everything about my life. I need a commercial break to think about all this stuff. This is the Dan Patrick Show.